Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Akashic Rose with Sabrina Dawn. I know I don't normally do the daily reading on Sundays, but I was going about my morning and I just felt this little nudge and this little pull to come do it. And at first I was like, okay, maybe this is just me wanting to get back into routine and, kept it there, but just let it be. And I got it again. So I'm here. Okay. All right. So I hope that you're all having a beautiful weekend. It is just the weather here is just absolutely gorgeous this weekend. So I am going to use the During Virtue Angel Tarot to start us off. Okay, they're saying stop. Okay, strength, Archangel Ariel, great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. You see how she's taming the beast? I feel like that's taming the beast within. That's that harsh judgment. I feel like the judgment's coming in. Right now we are in a time of social media, lots of internet, just moral debates, all kinds of things. And what I'm feeling like is that there's a lot of judgment that's going on sometimes of other people, okay? Like other people on these things. Oh, God, I'm back. I don't think I had glare in Maryland. There's this glare on this one. I think it might be the windows. I'm not sure. But anyways, so there's a lot going on where there's a lot of judgment we're witnessing a lot of judgment. It's inspiring a lot of judgment. It's inspiring a lot of feelings, which may make us judge ourselves. Okay, so we might have the impulse to have a certain feeling, whatever it's about. It could be in romantic relationships, friendships, family. It's a place of great judgment, right? We're most triggered by people we're closest with. So, but just I'm also hearing social media and everything going on there. And so Archangel Ariel is coming in and saying that you can call on her and help tame that beast of judgment, that inner beast of judgment. And you see, like in the background here, you can see a little flame, and in the background there's a temple. It's like going into that inner temple, and that fire is for transmutation. Okay, so that we can recognize the trigger or the judgment and then try to alchemize it. What is it that I'm really feeling? What is it that this judgment is? Because then if we have a moment of judgment and then we then continue to create a story around that situation or a person, then we are just in the full throes of judgment is what they're showing me. So also then later on, when you're thinking about it, you may judge yourself for how you reacted. And then the judgment piece just keeps going on. So what she's saying is that when judgment pops up, remember to try to witness it. Okay, be that use the mindfulness techniques to witness it. So be like, yes, that's my thought. Or if you had an emotional reaction later on when you're thinking about it, instead of judging yourself for the gut instinct that you had or emotional first response to something, what they're showing me is to go back into that inner temple later on, meditate and alchemize that energy within yourself. Do that inner alchemy, which is turning fear to love, turning judgment to love. Because if you're judging others, you're judging yourself the same exact way in other areas, because the judgment button is yours. The judgment button is there, whatever level it's on. Okay, there's no judgment here. It's just, I'm just giving you what I'm hearing. And what I'm hearing is that if judgment is coming up, think of the most severe moment. We're going to surround everybody with angels. Think of the most moment that you've had the most judgment. Okay, and then did you later judge yourself for judging it? Okay, and then also in those extreme moments when you have that really intense judgment, what they're saying, what they're inviting us to do is to look at that judgment and realize that we have an internal dialogue about ourselves with that same intensity of judgment. And so Archangel Ariel is here coming us, giving us the strength. She wants to pair up with us. It's like a 1-on-1. I know it's not. It is actually. That's 11. I think that's usually the justice. That doesn't matter. In this deck, it's 11. Okay, and that's like one and one coming together. She wants to pair up with us to help bring the dichotomy of our nature into more balance, our dichotomous nature into more balance. So you can call on her to help. She's going to help tame that inner beast. And I'm hearing that the release the harsh judgments, forgiveness and compassion, and it all starts with yourself. It's like Gandhi saying, we must be the wish we choose to see in the world. Wait, I think I said that all wrong, but you know what I mean. We want to see in the world. Yes, we must be the change. Sorry about that. Oh, I just butchered that beautiful quote. Oh, here we go. Oh, no. Forgiveness. Archangel Zadkiel. So we're calling it Archangel Zadkiel in Ariel to help us with forgiveness. And then this card has forgiveness. So take a moment and think about where would you like to let me see what they're saying. Hold on one second. Oh, wow. I can really feel Zadkiel right now. You see how he's coming like right out of that light. And so what he's showing me right now is that when we forgive, we are connecting to the angelic nature within ourselves, and we are born of that light. So, or if we connect to somebody else and we have forgiveness, we can then be born of that light within that connection, within that relationship. And forgiveness doesn't mean you excuse someone's behavior, especially if it was really harsh, right? So if it was like something really like you need to step away from, sometimes the highest and best loving thing to do is to walk away for yourself and for the other. So, but when you go into that place of forgiveness, which means, having no negative judgment or reaction to that person or the situation or what was done. Okay, we're taking away our judgments of it. We are realizing that it's not about us and letting it go. And then we know what kind of action to take from there. And the action will be divinely inspired instead of ego inspired. Okay. And this deck, I'm sorry, is the Ask Angels deck by Melanie Beckler. This is the Doreen Virtue's Archangel Michael. I love this deck. I love her Archangel decks. Just saying stop. Okay. Prayer will help this situation. I just wish they weren't glossy. Dear God and Archangel Michael, and anyone else that you want to pray to, I ask for your divine intervention, and you describe the situation. I welcome your help, and I trust and follow your guidance with gratitude and grace. I need a miracle, and ask that you send one to me in this situation quickly. Thank you, and amen. And I don't say amen, I say thank you. So it is, Satnam. So that's just the way that I just kind of unwind when I'm doing affirmations or, praying or anything like that. So, connecting over to the angels and just sending up a prayer that sounds something like that will help you call them in. And what I'm hearing for this actually is that do you see how like the light is coming from that? So what I'm hearing is that if you're having a hard time with judgment and you're having a hard time with judging yourself in some way to the point where you're not able to rise up in your self-love, and you're not able to rise up and have that forgiveness within yourself, for yourself and for others, you can call on Archangel Michael, the divine, whatever works for you, and invite them into your life so that you can have more peace and love, forgiveness, and less judgment. And some of you may do it through prayer, and that is absolutely perfect. Some of you might do it through intention work. Some of it, I don't really pray as much as I close my eyes and just talk to the angels and explain the situation, which could be described as prayer. I just don't call it that. But yeah, so you can do that. You can have like a therapy session with the angels if you'd like. Same thing if you do Akashic Records. Anybody in here does the Akashic Records work. It's great to open up your records, go in, feel that energy shift, and then just have you can do whatever you want. You can cry. I've heard some people get angry and they yell in the records because they're just looking for some peace. They want some understanding around what's going on. You can laugh, So yeah, and it's the same thing with the angels. Okay, this is the Divine Feathers deck by Alison D. Nicola, and the artwork is by David Schreier. The artwork is just so amazing, and it's so beautiful that I thought that I would add him. Okay. Oh, that one went flying. That was cool. Ooh, a beautiful yellow feather. Canary. Ooh. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Canary. You see what I mean about the artwork? It's just so beautiful. Step forward now and sing your song. There is power in finding your voice. And so what I'm hearing about that is that find your voice. Ask the angels to intervene. Invite them in. It was 10:44, so the angels are again just coming through and saying, please call on us to help you with forgiveness. Now, I myself would personally work with Jesus for forgiveness, but as well as the angels, but do what works best for you. And using your voice, and that could mean saying to using intention work, singing your song. I'm also hearing communication with maybe people or situations so that you can authentically express yourself and not come through the voice of ego or emotions, like, reacting instead of responding. There's that. But there's another message I'm getting about this too, is that when you rise up with the strength within yourself, you forgive, you let go of the harsh judgments that you're holding against yourself, it's going to change the situation. It's going to change you. So when you are harshly judging others, it's holding you locked in a certain energy, and you're not able to break free. They're showing me like an imprisonment. Like it's like the energy around you gets kind of locked and stale because you think that judgment is correct, and there's not that much movement. So what I'm hearing is that with releasing the judgment, you can get into your authenticity, and you may still have the same stance, okay, but that locked energy is going to be a lot freer. It's going to be able to breathe, and your stance may change a little bit or even rise up and feel it even stronger, but you'll feel it more authentically, and then be able to express it out into the world in a way that is authentically coming from who you are, so that you can express yourself and be heard on a higher level. Oh, thank you, Canary. Thank you, Michael, Zadkiel, and Ariel. But thank you, beautiful Canary energy, for coming in and recognize and helping us bring in the power in finding our own voices. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Okay, bye-bye. All my love, guys.